Hey everyone, welcome back. Today, we're diving into a seriously spicy showdown involving Joe Biden's cognitive health, media drama, and a whole lot of political tea. Buckle up. Take a listen to how President Trump responded Saturday night when asked directly if he has ever worked for Russia. I think it's the most insulting thing I've ever been asked. I think it's the most insulting article I've ever had written. The president did not directly answer the question. It's a stunning turn of events. Do you think the President of the United States ever worked on behalf of the Russians against American interests? I mean, the absolute lack of dignity you have to shamelessly lie as a public figure when it's so incredibly easy to pull up video evidence of you lying. You just don't care at that point. You think everybody's a fool. And that is the general attitude of the Democrat establishment that people find so off-putting. They lie and they mislead, even though it's so evidently dishonest. And people have the power of the internet at their hands to see that you're lying. But they all think we're so stupid that we just won't care. And the small, depressed group of Trump-deranged maniacs that is the Democrat Party at the moment proves to them that they are that stupid and they don't care. It's like the crazy homeless person on the street screaming about the rapture probably doesn't think that he's crazy, but the rest of society walking the streets knows that he is. And that's the Democrat Party right now. They're crazy, dangerous, and delusional, yet they convince themselves that they're the compassionate, moral, and righteous ones. Now, as one last cherry on top for you guys for this video, because I know you guys love this, you know that I love this, here is Walmart Obama Hakeem Jeffries being grilled about participating in the cover-up of Biden's mental health decline. From the book, President Biden didn't even recognize George Clooney at a fundraiser that the movie star was actually hosting for him. Why should voters trust Democrats when it's clear so many in your party went to great lengths to keep Biden's condition hidden from the public? I can't tell you what happened between George Clooney and President Biden. I wasn't at that event. What I can say is that we're not looking backward. We're going to continue to look forward because at this moment, we've got real problems that need to be addressed on behalf of the American people, including the Republican effort to snatch away health care, snatch away food assistance, and hurt veterans. You interacted with President Biden during those final days he was president of the United States. Did you sense there was a major deterioration? Well, in the conversations that I was able to have on behalf of the House Democratic Caucus in those final days, we simply expressed our perspective as to what would be best for the party at that given moment in time. President Biden subsequently made the decision that he was going to pass the baton to Vice President Kamala Harris. Of course, that was a decision that we supported strongly. Look at our boy squirm. I mean, of course he couldn't answer the question, because that's the problem with the Democrats. They still haven't figured it out. They won't admit that they were wrong. They won't admit that their policies sucked. They won't admit that their candidates sucked. But the American people knew that it sucked. They knew that their lives were worse. And until Democrats can admit that they made a mistake in the way that they ran the country, the American people are just going to think, ew, why would I want to vote for the same policies that wrecked my life? It's like the worst thing the Democrats can do is just drag this loss out. And that's exactly what they're doing. At this point, you would think they have some sort of put-together answer where they just say, yep, we saw that he wasn't as sharp as he was. We lied to the people. We were really scared about Donald Trump. January 6th just happened. We thought that if we removed Joe Biden because he wasn't there, maybe it would have started, riots. Maybe the MAGAs would have came and a civil war might have broken out. Like something. I don't know. Because at this point, it's no hidden secret that Biden is brain dead. And these people are just going to keep saying they had no idea. I interacted with him every day, but I had no idea. To me, he looked fine. It's like, dude, the secret's out. The lie's been exposed. The genie's out of the bottle. But yet, this is the party that claims Donald Trump lies as easily as he breathes. These are unscrupulous people. And as things keep getting better for Donald Trump, I am thrilled to see that they just keep getting worse for the Democrats. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments section below. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Turn on the notification bell so you never miss a video. That's important. And I will see you guys in the next one. Oh man, Jake Tapper is getting absolutely torched online after bombshell revelations from his new book expose a stunning cover-up of President Joe Biden's mental and physical decline. And it's even worse than anyone imagined. Yep, Jake's now trying to play the innocent bystander, throwing his hands in the air like, "What? Me? I was just reporting what I was told." But the internet isn't buying it, not even a little. People are ripping him apart for pushing the narrative that Biden was mentally fit to serve, while now conveniently revealing, "Oh, look, it was all a lie." Imagine being part of cover-up and then acting shocked when the curtain falls. Classic. Now, sidebar real quick. My fiancé says I need to get my hair braided because I'm starting to look like a caveman. But ironically, after what you're about to hear in this video, even a caveman would have done a better job running the country than Joe Biden. I mean it. No joke. This dude was so checked out mentally that the bar was practically on the floor, and he still tripped over it. No, seriously, Biden was so far gone, he could have starred in a new Geico commercial. So easy, a caveman could do it. Except, in this case, the caveman probably would have given more coherent speeches. Now let's get into the craziest detail from Tapper's book. Buckle up. According to the White House physician, Dr. Kevin O'Connor, Biden's spine had degenerated so severely that if he fell just one more time, he could end up in a wheelchair permanently for his second term. Yes, you heard that right. The leader of the free world was literally one stumble away from rolling through his presidency. But guess what? Everyone in Biden's orbit agreed. Don't talk about the wheelchair. At least not until after the election. This is all part of a much larger effort, a deliberate strategy, to hide just how bad things had gotten, both physically and cognitively. The president was unraveling, but the White House did everything it could to keep it under wraps. We all saw it happening in real time. From 2023 to 2024, Biden's shuffling walk became worse. It got so bad, they had to start assigning aides to flank him as he walked the Marine One. You know, that big presidential helicopter, just to shield his shaky gait from cameras. And also, let's be real, to make sure someone could catch him if he stumbled again. This wasn't a one-off. It was a coordinated PR operation. And the truth is, this guy was hanging on by a thread. According to the physician, if he fell again, that was it. Wheelchair City. But they kept pushing the image of strength, of vigor, of Grandpa Joe just jogging up the stairs, except when he wasn't. And let's talk about those infamous Biden falls. Falling off bikes. Tripping up the stairs to Air Force One. Nearly face-planting while just walking on the beach. The signs were there all day, every day. Mentally? Oh, don't even get me started. Couldn't form a full sentence. Forgot where he was mid-sentence. There was even an interview, get this, done in the Amazon rainforest, and when it ended, the man just turned and walked into the trees like he was disappearing into another dimension. No direction, no idea, just gone. So here we are, folks. The Democrats backed a man whose physical body was on the brink and whose mind was on vacation. And not only did they run him once, they wanted him for 4 more years. The cover-up? Monumental. This isn't just political damage control. This is one of the biggest scandals in recent memory. For years they lied, they covered, and now that it's impossible to hide, they're all trying to act like victims of the same system they built. And this is where the heat really cranks up on Jake Tapper. Because now he's out here acting like he too was misled. That he and other journalists were just innocent truth seekers who were fed bad info. He says, well, we were just going off what the White House told us. Yeah, that's your job, Jake. You're supposed to be digging, not taking press releases at face value. So, here's the deal. There's been this ongoing chatter about President Biden's cognitive decline, and it's making quite a few folks uncomfortable. One clip that's been blowing up shows a heated exchange where someone calls out Biden's noticeable struggles on stage. And a response? Well, it's a classic case of you're mocking his stutter, and you can't diagnose someone without a medical license. But here's the kicker. Many argue, wait, who's actually qualified to make these calls? And why is everyone so hush-hush about it? Enter Jake Tapper, CNN's big shot, who recently dropped a book addressing this very topic. But guess what? Laura Trump wasn't having any of it during her fiery chat on Jesse Waters' show. She said, and I quote, "Jake didn't just deny Biden's obvious cognitive issues. He went further and accused me of mocking a stutter nobody even knew Biden had. Talk about stirring the pot. Laura even mentioned that Captain Sully wrote a scathing op-ed shaming her afterward. She's calling for a public apology, and honestly, who can blame her? This entire drama highlights why mainstream media's credibility is tanking. Only about 25% of Americans trust these outlets anymore, and if you watch the headlines, it's easy to see why. From Russia, Russia, Russia conspiracies to ignoring inflation realities, to hiding Biden's health issues, the media has been caught in a constant cycle of misleading, outright lying, and never owning up. And it's not just us saying it. The facts back it up. Speaking of facts, inflation numbers just dropped for April, beating expectations despite full tariffs. The so-called experts predicted disaster, soaring prices, economic chaos, but reality said, nope, inflation's actually down. Did we get an apology? Nope. Instead, the media is still obsessed with painting Trump as a villain, even if it means twisting the truth. Now, here's a gem from Scott Jennings on CNN. He hinted there was a secret plan B if things went south at the debate, meaning if Biden stumbled or malfunctioned. And that plan, well, it was less about Biden's actual health and more about managing optics. Chuck Schumer's reaction? According to Jennings, it showed a lack of character, more concerned with image than the fact that the leader of the free world might be mentally impaired. Yikes. And get this, everyone acting surprised now, claiming we had no idea about Biden's condition? That's outrageous. We've all seen the videos, speeches, and gaffes for years. The real scandal is a cover-up. Folks arguing Biden could serve for more years despite all evidence to the contrary. When the debate finally revealed the truth, it was like the media collectively held their breath, except some still try to downplay it like it's no big deal. Here's the million-dollar question. If Biden wasn't really in charge, who was? Who opened the borders? Who let inflation spiral? According to many, unelected Obama-era bureaucrats were pulling the strings. And yes, there are serious calls for invoking the 25th Amendment to get Biden out of office, but instead, they handed the baton to Kamala Harris, who some say is just as brain dead. This whole mess is being called a treasonous scandal, and some media figures like Jake Tapper are shamelessly trying to cash in on their role in it. Speaking of Tapper, check this out. There's a clip going viral where he lies straight to J.D. Vance's face, denying he spread the Trump-Russia hoax. But wait for it. Then they roll footage from 2016 showing him literally pushing that hoax on air. Classic denial. He claimed he just reported FBI info from unnamed agents like Gospel Truth, but that narrative was 100% false. Trump did meet Putin, but there was zero collusion. The media spun a wild conspiracy that gripped the country for years, and Tapper was right in the thick of it. So what do you guys think? Is the media finally facing its reckoning? Or is this just the next chapter in a never-ending saga of political theater? Drop your thoughts in the comments.